Thank you, John. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Dr. Webbles. So today I'm speaking on behalf of an organization called Soil Save Our Illinois Land. Soil exists to fight new fossil fuel infrastructure in Illinois, meaning fracking wells and pipelines, oil and gas pipelines. There is a Canadian company named Embridge, which is a pipeline company. They already own and operate a big network of oil pipelines all across Illinois. I was oblivious to this fact until about 4 years ago, when I began to think for the first time about where does this oil come from that I'm putting into my gas tank. Enbridge's pipelines, several of them, are tar sands oil pipelines. That's tar sands from Alberta, Canada, which is the dirtiest kind of fossil fuel imaginable. From the way it is extracted from the ground, the amount of water that is used to extract it from the ground, and then in its transportation and in its refining and in when you finally sell it and people burn it. Tar sands oil is a really terrible kind of fossil fuel, a terrible kind of petroleum, which never should have been extracted from the ground. Enbridge, the company, has a terrible history of leaks and spills in its pipeline. It's responsible for the 2010 Kalamazoo oil spill, which was the largest inland oil spill in U.S. history. And they have not been very responsible about protecting the pipelines and cleaning up the pipelines. They claim the Kalamazoo River is cleaned up. People who live there say it's still dangerously dirty. Has a pipeline that comes down through Minnesota, through Wisconsin, and through 4 Illinois counties, Boone, DeKalb, LaSalle, and Livingston County. They want to build a twin to that pipeline, and they want to build it soon. They tell their investors, this is going to be a great investment for you. They tell landowners along the path of the pipeline, well, we haven't decided yet whether we're going to build this pipeline or not. So they keep it very tentative. They are very elusive about their intentions. Soil exists mainly to try to stop that pipeline from being built. And people ask us, why don't you just wait till they make their application, and then we will all know they're going to do this, and we can fight them then. And our reason is that as we look at the history, we find that they don't make application till they've got all their ducks in a row, and they've got all the politicians on their side pretty much, and they've got momentum, and they've already talked to landowners. So we are trying to act to discourage them before they ever get started. You will hear about Line 3 in Minnesota, I hope. Line 3 is the beginning of this Enbridge pipeline as it enters the United States. Our allies in Minnesota are fighting Line 3 with all their hearts and with great imagination. They're planning to have what they call a very large event in Minnesota in September, a huge demonstration to try to stop Line 3. And Line 3 is currently being held up by lawsuits, and we wish those lawsuits well. And in that case, they have the governor on the side of the pipeline fighters. Not as strong as we want him, but he's on their side. We are trying to reach out to Governor Pritzker. So far, we have not been able to get a meeting with him. We've been trying to reach out to our state representatives. Some of them are with us, but some of them are afraid. We've been trying to reach out to members of Congress, and so I'm here today to challenge Bill Foster. Will you help us stop this pipeline or not? Now, what does this have to do with the Green New Deal? The Green New Deal is a wonderful, right now it's just a resolution. It hasn't yet been translated into actual bills that can be acted upon once they are passed. But the Green New Deal is a wonderful set of ideas for how we need to fight climate change. But even in the drafting of the Green New Deal, they don't say very much about fossil fuels. Lots of people who are proponents of the Green New Deal say what we need is to rejoin the Paris Accords, to bring back Obama's Clean Power Plan, to bring back fuel economy for our automobiles, to invest heavily in wind and solar and battery technology, and change the economy in a way to make it more fair, and that's it. And we say no. The Green New Deal should include a simple statement that says no new fossil fuel infrastructure should be constructed in the whole United States. No new fracking wells, no new pipelines. This means that we not only have to fight Trump and the Republicans, we have to fight the fossil fuel industry, which is one of the wealthiest, most powerful industries in this country and across the globe. According to Oil Change International, almost every government on the planet subsidizes fossil fuel extraction and development big time. In the United States, it's about $20 billion a year in just plain subsidies to fossil fuels. Is that crazy? We are subsidizing our own destruction. If we don't wrestle with the fossil fuel industries and limit their power in a significant way and pass good legislation that prevents new fossil fuels from being extracted, we're not going to make it. I wish Dr. Webbles was still here. I'd like to hear what he would have to say about that. But we really need to wrestle with the fossil fuel industry. And that means passing legislation that would really stop it. There was a bill in the House last year introduced by Tulsi Gabbard, the Off Fossil Fuels for a Better Future Act, and it specifically banned new fossil fuel infrastructure and required the ending of required cutting the subsidies. Bernie Sanders has come out saying those two things: cut the subsidies for fossil fuels and no new fossil fuel infrastructure. So people are beginning to talk about it, but it's not enough. My question to you folks today is, will you help us fight this pipeline? You can go to the website of Soil Save Our Illinois Land, and you can sign up there to be on our email list. Thank you very much.